welcome to the first HSR tournament of 2022. This is the Midseason Cup with a slightly different format than to what we had last year, but for those of you who can't see this, I am Sushi, and joined beside me I have the wonderful Sigmoid, the brains behind everything. And today we're going to start off with the lower semi-final of our bracket. The match is going to be Farnborough Sixth Form Penguins versus Eagles.exe. Do you have any?
The top two teams coming into this event, we didn't think they'd be meeting quite as soon as they did, or at least if we did, it would be in the upper bracket first. Instead, it is Wyke and Hailstrom, which upset their rivals to make it through to the upper final. We'll be seeing them on stream a little later in the day. I think everyone is expecting this to be a close one, but we have already had some matches today. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to predict it first, and then I get the opportunity to play around that because I don't want to be the one to make the first move here. Hate to be awkward.
I think it's definitely going to be a close one. I think maybe 3-2 to Penguins.
Okay.
That's my final option.
Yeah, that was roughly what I was planning to go with. Exeter, I think, had. Or rather, Wyke had more problems dealing with Exeter than Hailstrom did with Farnborough, but Hailstrom did just come out and sweep Wyke, so clearly Exeter and Wyke are fairly close in quality, and F6 is a relative unknown for us right now. I'm actually going to be contrarian here, not just to make the stream more exciting, but because I think there's a genuine possibility it goes this way. Eagles take this 3-2.
Oh, okay, so we're both predicting the Game 5, and I'm sure definitely the viewers are wanting to have the Game 5, as this tournament has been a bit mainly sweepy, as all but 3 or 4 matches have been sweeps. Most of them including Wyke. But yeah, it's interesting to see whether we're going to actually get a sweep or not. I really hope not, because that won't be as interesting as a Game 5 would definitely be, and I would definitely want to have a Game 5.
Well, let's see if we can get ourselves a Game 5 then. We're about to head into his first game here. Let's just get everyone going and in the lobby and make sure they're ready.
Yep, I think everyone's ready.
Everyone seems to be here, so we're going to get underway in 3, 2, 1. Let's go! Straight into today's action as we have Gibb taking this ball along the right side wall, played it up to the corner. Gom waiting on the backboard, top 24 in RLCS, of course, looking to make a statement in the HSR Midseason Cup this evening as well. Gibb going to put another block in here, get this over to the sidewall. Neoquan already waiting, already playing the ball downfield. Flicks looking for the infield pass, but isn't quite going to catch it. First 20 seconds, not had a goal yet. However, that might be the opener of the day on the stream here. Flicks putting the ball to the bottom right as Neoquan gets another lovely infield pass out.
Yeah, Naruzu not expecting Neoquan to get that pass out, so well done for Neoquan to getting that hit, and he just caught off guard and just an open net for Flicks, putting Exeter 1-0 up. Oh no, and that's a kickoff goal coming in for Exeter. That's not what you want to see if you're a Penguins player right now. Unfortunate scene. Gibb just trying to 50 the ball, but Benno quite too fast for Gibb, and that results.
Being too fast on the kickoff is not a bad thing. It's a fact he's tried to play it straight forward, which is basically where his opponent was already coming from. Exeter now looking for a third, looking to embarrass Farnborough, but not quite going to find that third yet. Naruzu going to clear this ball around the right side wall. It's going to put a stop to it, but it's Benno coming back over top, misses the ball, so it's Naruzu having to come back in and clear this one out. But for the time being, Farnborough safe and are allowed to work on a potential comeback here.
Yeah, definitely a 2-goal deficit in the first minute of the first match is definitely not something you want to have. But definitely has seemed to tie down. The ball just seems to be lurking from midfield. It's Neoquan just deletes Naruzu from the field. Flicks trying to shoot, but Gom on the defense. Naruzu stealing it from his teammate, clearing the ball. Gom air dribbles it out, has possession of it, gets it past Gib, over flicks, and that's just a goal.
It's a solid placement. You need to be paying close attention to Neo and Gom here, because they're the two highest rated players on the field. Their placement is probably going to be what sets them apart. They know how to make these lower ranked players stretch. And in that case, that was a stretch too far for Flicks on the back line. Farm Revoke job's not done yet. Need to get one more to force overtime, another two to clean out this game. And they're not going to get it with Narusu and Benno making mix-ups like that. Gom, though, looking for top right, finds it, but Neoquan getting up, getting the block in, playing the ball to the right-hand side and allowing his teammates to come back into the play.
Yeah, Gom had a one-on-one situation. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do anything of it. But Benno hits it to the backboard, but both two extra defenders just said no. But pass mid, and Neocorn slams it in top left corner, putting the lead up by 2 once again.
Gom, he tried to put a block in there, and it was almost a brilliant block, but it was Gib just had the play already sorted out. Gom was too pushed up on the pitch to really deal with that.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough situation for Gom, but again, it's been 4 goals and it hasn't even been half of the game. This is definitely turning out to be a very interesting series after all.
We both predicted close games across the board. It's not quite felt like that so far. It's felt like Exeter have had the vast majority of the pressure with the demo coming out onto Gib there. It was maybe an opportunity for fun, but to just completely invalidate my point. But that ball has just been sticking in this blue half so much. Flick's now going to clear this one back up high into the blue half. Neoquan to carry it forward. And once again, Flicks on the halfway line. No. There was so much space being afforded to Exeter after these clears. Gom is not even going to get that clear, but if he did clear that in the direction I think he was, it would have been very easy for an Exeter player to play it back in, because neither of his teammates were ready and committed to making a play on that ball as soon as it was hit.
Yeah, Eagles seem to be putting up all the pressure right now as they're just over double the shots Penguins have. Yeah, with Penguins at 4 shots, Eagles at 9. Farnborough just seems to be just in awkward plays with the Eagles' offense. Like, their rotation seems to be slightly off. Neoquan doing that brilliant 0 boost save. And again, I like how Exeter keep looking out for the demos, just trying to disrupt everything to stop Penguins from doing a play. And Neoquan, he had the one-on-one with Gom. He won both times. Exeter 3 goals up. Not looking good for Penguins.
Gom, I think as strong as player as he is getting slightly outclassed by Neo in the one-on-ones. We saw Neo 0 boost on the backboard. Gom, I think, had a fair amount of time to dribble the ball about, tried to go straight for a shot. All Neo had to do was come off the back and save it. We saw there all it required was a good 50 to get the ball through, because Gom had already angled his car slightly in a direction that was favourable to Neo. Saw the side of his car kind of in line with that corner. Neoquan looking for another shot. They're not going to get it at that time. Clearly prefers the 50s as those open shots onto closed nets. Far harder than the closed shots onto open nets.
Yeah, you can see Eagles trying to get passing plays in, which is very good chemistry. I believe they have been grinding a lot since last, as Neoquan is actually technically their new player, whereas Penguins haven't had much time with Gom. But it's good to see them in a top 4 position. Oh, as I predicted, I'm hoping they would win.
From as far as I was aware, Gom is playing his first official this evening. Or has already played it technically, given there's been a couple earlier rounds in the night.
Yes, technically today is Gom's first HSR / high school related tournament match. Gom with a shot, saved by Gib. Unrelentless pressure coming up from Penguins in the last few seconds or so, but none of them is going to take away the victory from Eagles to put them 1 game up.
4-1, pretty convincing. Maybe Farnborough can come back into this a little later. Maybe we have an opportunity now to talk about how these teams got to this point, though. Yeah,
obviously the bracket was a single elimination, then a double elimination. We have F6 Penguins sweeping their way through until they met Hailstrom Esports in the winner semifinals, in which case they got swept and were put down into the lower bracket, where they then went ahead and swept AGSB, and here they are now. Similar plays with Exeter. This time Exeter losing out to Wyke in the winner semi-final, going down to the lower bracket, having to go to game 3 against GCS Hours. Bearing in mind lower bracket was best of 3 until now, so definitely some. I think definitely there are some inconsistent results there. What do you think?
Almost definitely, yeah. I mean, the one that really sticks out for me is that HSB and Exeter, we got the same score against Wyke, and yet I'm seeing the difference here. Exeter just wiping the floor with F6. Clearly, HSB catching Wyke on and off game, and Wyke stepping a bit up later in the bracket against Exeter.
Yeah, as we head into game 2, and I believe that been.
We've got a DC apparently.
Oh no, I think everyone's in.
Okay, everyone made it, just about. Give taking his time, but you know is here now and is going to have to make a very important save if Farnborough are not to open the scoring in this second game. Sushi, fill me in.
It was just another kickoff, but this time going in the favour of Penguin. Seems to be pretty standard kickoff. Nothing wrong there. The person following for Exeter was quite close to the ball, therefore could not do anything. And well, this is all but good news for Penguins, as Benno tries to get the attack on, takes a shot. Neocorn gets it past 2 Penguins defenders, showing his skill against the top 24 ROCS. Gom. Both teammates up. Gom with the save. Pinch. They attempted the Lux pinch, for people that remember that, which I definitely rate. Gom has the ball. Neocorn in the air for some reason, loses the 50. Fakes out Flicks. Tries to get it underneath him. Gets it past him. Could not get it past Neo. Neo's definitely the best player coming into this match. He's definitely showed his worth on this Exeter squad, and is able to hopefully come with some victories. But now we have Naruzi trying to air dribble it, run out and boost. Benno tries to hit it to the backboard. Neo there to read it. Ball's kind of loitering in the field, but pass over to Gib. Unreachable by Gib. Naruzu gets it up. Flicks gets a touch. Neo clears the ball. He drops it down for Gom. Gom too slow for Gib. Just outspeeds him to the ball. Tries to put it down for Flicks. Gets it past. And Neo there.
This ball continuing to move around the field. I think we might have just found a breakthrough. Naruzi fires bottom left. An incredibly paced shot coming out from the Farnborough player. I was going to say 137 kilometers per hour. No, it was 1 minute and 37 it took to score that goal. 92 though, a moderate pace, but with nobody really back there. It does call into question whether Exeter were that much stronger in the first game, or whether it was just them forcing that ball through and getting those demos a bit more, and Farnborough have had a chance to adapt. Now, we saw earlier they had a couple of issues adapting against Hailstrom in the green room. A very quick team are Hailstrom, the first time we've seen them at HSR. And Exeter, of course, coming by demos and passing plays. Could be argued they've been playing fast-paced too, but Farnborough, of course, finding a way to get the ball through. Benno trying to get the ball to the midfield. Naruzu over to the side. Gib trying to put a block, and he does manage it to buy some time for his team.
Yeah, we can see Naruzu starting to be a lot more offensive, you know, cutting rotations, but in turn is helping out the team. Gom tries to get the double flip reset. Neo just said, no, you're not getting that. You're not trying to clip on me at all. And this game seems to be quite different, with Penguins having more shots and being on the attack more. Another double commit coming up from Naruzu and Benno on the defensive line, but with that, Flicks hits it mid, but cleared out. Gom tries to flick it with 0 boost, but Naruzu clears it down the field, getting it away from their defensive side. 50's flicks goes up to the wall. Benno hits it in the waterfall area. Tries to 50 Neo, unable to do so. Ball's just kind of rolling there now. Neo gets it past.
Narusa's actually going to make a decent play on this ball here. Actually gets back onto that ball at the very end, which I wasn't expecting at all. Gib, though, with a lovely clear. It's just along the walls right now, trying to make that play along the edge where it's hard for the opponents to really get in the way, because if you drag yourself over to the edge of the pitch, it's quite hard to get back. We see now, though, the ball is being brought into the middle. Exeter think they have a chance. The ball being knocked down. This is Farnborough. Farnborough actually in the box, getting a shot off, but nothing coming. Neo, I think he might have just blocked an open net there. There's an opportunity for Exeter to bring this back, and 90 seconds is plenty of time to get a second. They're going to be left wondering what could have been. Farnborough, a lucky break. Benno now trying to play the ball towards goal. It's off the corner. Benno off the side. Gom picking this up. An opportunity for a dribble. Almost beats up Flicks. That ball sent miles high, but caught by Naruzu and sent back towards the middle of the pitch. Farnborough looking like they're the ones getting Exeter choked up in their half now.
Yeah, with that open net miss, Penguins seem to still have the pressure on their half. Apart, as I say that, Gib just puts in a goal for Eagles, halving the deficit they have. We have Gom being too far up as third man there, predicting the 50 would go another way, but
I'm just kind of querying in my head what happened to put the rest of Farnborough so far up, because there was one player catching the previous ball, and there was Gom there who thought he had the 50 but didn't. Where is their third? Were they expecting a pass on the left side? Because really they should have been turning and getting back before that goal was scored, I think.
Yeah, as I don't think I actually saw where the third was. Maybe he was rotating back or something. But now Gom clearing the ball into the Exeter half. Flicks hitting over to right wall, passing to Neo, but Benno up, hits it out, double commit on the attack. There's no one back. Can Exeter get the goal? Neo misses the open net opportunity, and I think this is going to be game for Penguins.
Not unless Gom feeds the ball straight to the Exeter players. It's not going to happen there. And the score remains 2-1 at the end of that second game. And we're tied at 1-1 now. So it's not outside the realms of possibility that we do get those Game 5 outcomes that we predicted early on and then discounted purely based on the first game like a bunch of morons.
Yeah, this game completely went in the opposite direction, with Penguins having 9 shots compared to Eagles' 5. Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to try and predict more accurately who's going to take the series. So I'm definitely glad we decided to stream this series.
I mean, I personally doubt it's going to get any less than a 5-game series now. I feel like the next few games are going to be split in either direction. Who's going to win first, I'm not sure. Definitely getting to a match point first is going to be a psychological advantage. I think if anyone has the edge right now, it's got to be Exeter, having scored the most recent goal, even if they lost the last game. So I guess we'll just have to see what the outcome is as we rapidly approach Game 3. We're live right now, and Farnborough aren't going to get a kick-off goal. Oh, hang on. I might have said that too soon. Having to... I didn't even get a touch off the backboard. If it'd been a better touch out from Benno on the backboard, perhaps we would have seen that Farnborough goal, but it's not to be. Flicks sorting this play out with getting that ball over to the sidewall, but they're shut down by Gom, and he almost got a very nice 50 against Neo to push that ball even further. But we're back to a 50s in the midfield kind of set up. Benno now getting the ball. It's actually over Neo Kwan, so Gib in the corner using a lot of boost to get up there. He's going to get beaten out by Naruzu as the ball approaches his back. But Neo is not a great save. Flicks having to dive to the left to bail out his teammate. Gom tried to force that ball in, but he wasn't able to. Naruzu with a huge bump there. Who's going to get the ball first? It's Flicks, and that ball is going to stay out of the goal. Perhaps an opportunity now for a return goal from Exeter on the counter-attack. Benno dropping this ball down for Naruzu, and it's a solid clear back to midfield play.
I don't understand how Penguins didn't score on that attempt. And that's an angle from Gib and no one's defending it. What a double touch coming from Gib, but where is the Penguins defense?
It's a lovely angle. Gom just had a really awful misread on the backboard there. Was going straight up for the ball and arrived basically behind it. Had already gone past his position.
Yeah, and despite all of the possession Penguins had in that first minute or so, a simple counterattack coming from Exeter results in a goal. Penguins, you got to do something to stop that, otherwise that's just how the series is going to be. And now Exeter seem to have possession. Neo tries to go for the demo. Gom clears off the backboard. Flix goes for it. Gib tries to... Gib! You're insane!
That's just a crazy redirect coming out from this absolute madman in the form of Flix. All the way into the left side of the goal over the unsuspecting Farnborough players. And that's a 2-goal lead now. We haven't seen Farnborough come back from this yet. We haven't seen any team come back from this yet.
No, yeah, I'm just still in awe from that shot from Gib. What on earth was that? With Neo demoing Naruzu now. We have hits on the backboard. Flix again missing the ball as he did in the first half. Gom clears it downfield. Flix on the backboard, tries to control it. Loses control. Gom seems to have pounced on the opportunity. Naruzu tries to take a shot, but Neoquan not allowing any opportunity to go towards it. Neo gets the clear. Gom gets a defensive hit, although goes straight back into the Exeter offense with a shot coming from Flix. And a save from Benno. Naruzu passes at mid, but to no avail. Flix gets a touch. Gom waiting patiently for Flix, but Flix cutting his possession, and Exeter seem to be just outpacing or just on possession most of the time now. As
they're also not making many mistakes, which is quite a nice thing. Benno, though, might be about to make a full field play. Benno drops the ball into the midfield. Gom, it's a 50, and it's going to trickle into the right side of the net. Farnborough now only 1-2 down, 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. That's almost half a game. That's plenty of time for them to potentially pull a 2-goal comeback off. The largest of the night it would be as well.
Yeah, we had Flix demoing the last defender, but then failing to make contact with the ball, which resulted in the counter-attack, leading to a goal. So Gib nearly making Gom own goal, but Gom managed to hit the ball to safety. Gom taking a dribble, gets it past 2 now. Pinches it with a third. Neo being the defender for Exeter, as seems to have stopped every kind of attack Penguins have been giving. Definitely the good third man player. So Benno passes it to Gom. Gom gets a pass. Gom, he's there. Fakes it for Benno. All 3
definitely
players
got in Benno's way there. That was not the position he wanted to get into at all. I'm maybe not entirely conscious of the fact that Benno was going for it, was trying to get a pass at maybe, but perhaps not communicated most effectively.
No, yeah, definitely. I feel like he might have been a deliberate fake, as it looked like to me Gom was going to go for a pass, but then just left it. So it could be a calculated fake, but either way, Penguins need to do something now if they want to have a chance of winning this in regulation, unless they want to take this to overtime, which, believe me, not everybody wants at all. But they seem to be making relatively simple mistakes, like the miss from Gom there. And yeah, Exeter seems to be pouncing on those. Ooh.
Oh man, if Gom had just got a whisker to that, it could have been on target. This one might be though. Gib dives across his net, making sure that ball doesn't cross the threshold. With 30 seconds left, Exeter are barely holding on to this lead, barely hanging on to this opportunity at match point. Neo, with a backflip save, gets all the way over to the side. Naru now dropping it down to Gom to the top left. It's 22 seconds on the clock. The score tied at 2-2, and Farnborough have for the first time pulled back a 2-goal deficit. Now there's only a little bit of time in regulation left, but an overtime surely is on the cards.
Yeah, brilliant awareness from Naruzu to pass it to his teammate there, and Gom being Gom obviously will put that on target and slot it home for Penguins right there. And see Neo on the ball, getting the musty flick, tries to do something of that. Benno denies the opportunity, gets it up. Naruzu tries to hit it. Oh no. Flicks with a shot, just wide. Gone. Probably going to keep this on the ground. Unless Neo wants something else. And all three players are up. Can this be a counter-attack goal?
Even with an open net, it can be quite difficult to put the ball in the back of the net. Farnborough now, they're still trying to force the issue on this one, but I think this one's just going to hit.
Oh no.
I say
Oh.
that, the ball back.
Oh no!
It pinches in! Exeter leading the series 2-1 off. It's how long would that have been? 15-20 seconds after the buzzer?
Yeah, I mean, Gom, I had no idea why he tried to keep the ball up. But as you can see, if the ball clears, that's why you got to keep the ball down. I mean, he respected the golden rule. I'll respect that, but in this situation, when important things are on the line,
There's 150 euros on the line. Remember,
you don't want to be doing any of that. So that's definitely a big no-no from Penguins, as Eagles are now on match point, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Eagles match point, leading the series 2-1. Definitely the more defensive side, though. 6 saves across the series, 23 from Penguins, but all of them crucial in the end as they take it 3-2.
Gibb deservingly getting the MVP medal with that insane play and scoring all 3 goals. I'm excited to see Game 4 and potentially Game 5.
Yeah, me too. And I think we're about to head into that in just a couple of seconds, heading on to a moonlit Manfield night. Who do you think has got the best shot? Leading this one out. I feel like Farnborough may be kicking themselves a bit, definitely looking worse for wear, completely ignoring the score, of course. Maybe slightly reinvigorated by the pressure. We know that Gom is one who's not unfamiliar with it at all. Did make RLCS top 24 yesterday, and his teammates been in a progression to best LAN before, but didn't succeed that time. We're not completely out of that series though, and Flix is just going to fire the ball into the back of the net. Farnborough, that pressure not helping at all as Naruzu, he plays the ball to the side, but straight into the hands of Flix.
Yeah, Naruzu just hitting the ball willy-nilly, not really seeing what to do. I think he was quite hesitant after. I don't think that was a touch he wanted to make, and after that he was quite hesitant. But again, I think it's like the second or third kickoff goal in the series. Definitely onside to help teams, but not something you want to see in the first 10 seconds of the match. Neo on the ball, Gom gets it past Flix. Gibb caught in awkward position. Gom with the open net, just tying up the game.
Gibb just kind of sat in the corner there. We see he's slow getting to the boost. I think he was expecting something more from his two teammates in the midfield there. Whether he's entitled to that or not, I think is a different question. But if you're just going to get the boost, make sure you're going to it and turning and getting back out again. Because if he did that, he would have had the option to turn left towards the net or right out into the middle of the field. And because of the direction he came in, the only choice he had was to turn all the way round to the right and try and get back to net, by which time the ball had already gone miles past him.
Yeah, so Gibb definitely caught in a weird position, as well as now as Neocron bumps Gibb to his own corner. Definitely Exeter something seems to be a little bit off with Exeter. Hopefully they can sort it out for the rest of this match, as there's another shot and another save coming from Neocron. This guy is a defensive madman. For those of you who know the university scene, Neocron is like a warden.
I mean, so he's not quite got the Batmobile to go with it, but he is certainly strong on the backboard and in the net. That being said, no. He's played the ball over. Naruzu blocked out by Flix. Farnborough throwing away an opportunity to try and close this one out. Not unlike Exeter's back in Game 2, so all things have balanced out here. But still, such a shame to see those go to waste in what could have been a brilliant play with all the extra players back and just forcing that ball through with some brilliant placement.
Yeah, definitely some missed opportunities coming out, but teams are starting to play stuff. At the moment, it's been kind of ping-pongy, hit the ball to the team, etc. Gibb missing the hit. And that's the second open net for Gom caused by Gib.
Yeah, Gib, I'm lacking confidence, I suppose. We normally credit, you know, him with being a solid second man in this roster. It certainly hasn't felt like that in this game.
I want to retract my statement. I think Neocorn, no, I think Naruzu, sorry, was going to get the bump on Gib had he gone for the ball. So instead, that was a very lucky / calculated play coming from Naruzu to stop Gib from being able to defend it and, you know, have another open net.
Well, in that case, credit to Naruzi for getting his car into that position and being so fortunate with Gibb's decision not to try and make a play and, you know, risk the bump. Gibb now dropping the ball back to the left. Neo going to play the catch. 2.5 minutes on this clock for X to do something about that scoreline. Flicks now back down to Neo off the side. Well, I think he's got a second if he can beat out Naruzi, when he does. Off the ceiling, down to the corner. Gom tries to put a block in, and the ball does go long. Naruzi trying to follow up, but that ball not finding the back of either net in this sequence of play.
What a placement from Gom, and saved by Gib. Finally, another important save coming up from not Neoquan, but Naruzu getting the double shot flick, caught in an awkward position, but still managed to get the save from Gom's shot. Penguins, they have 10 shots compared to Eagles as 1. Eagles having 100% shot accuracy. But they're just getting starved in their half. Penguins seem to know what they're doing in both of the halves, as they haven't allowed any more opportunities. As now Benno with the shot, unfortunately going wide. Up there for Flicks' dribble. Gom gets kind of flaked by Flicks. Neo backflips, another open net. Gib there to save it, redeemed himself the previous 2. Naruzu with a shot, Neo saved. Beanie with a shot.
It's not been looking good for Exeter, has it?
I was about to say Neo saved, but no. There was just no save.
Yeah, I think all 3 players back in a position to get that, and it's been badly miscommunicated. Exeter also on the back foot throughout this game. 9 saves and 1 shot. Penguins have not made a save here, which is why that 1 shot went in, but they have put 13 shots up. That, though, is just going to be forced back through. 2 shots, 2 goals from Exeter. And man, are they happy to have put that one in.
That's a pinch coming from. That's a pinch from Neo and Flicks.
I didn't realise that was Flicks he managed to get it between. Yeah, those pinch goals, Neo just playing it off other people, finding favourable angles to get the ball forward. Probably just a masterful 50s play right here, and solid backup from his teammates, of course, to get the ball up the pitch. Definitely looking in a solid position, especially with Gib having started to put some decent saves together. Joking more confident. Wait, that's an open net. Flicks just has to drive it home. Farnborough too far up on the ball here. We see Benno trying to get in the way, actually gets a bump on Flicks, tries to get in the way. Gom getting overconfident, thinking the ball's been won, but his teammates aren't back in place to allow him to push off the near post.
3 goals, 3 shots. Eagles coming in this game with 100% shot accuracy. Penguins, you've got a strong offense, but do something about your defense. As the 4th one goes in. 4 shots, 4 goals.
They've been so used to getting up on the pitch, they now don't. Oh my god, Gib, it's another redirect. He's got one this series already, and that was just a simple black flip to get the tippity tip onto the ball into the bottom right. 4-3 lead. And what must have been a swing? Yeah, that swing was no more than 30 seconds. It was 1:13. They scored their second goal of the game.
Finally, they lose the 100% shot rate with shot coming from Flicks, but easily saved by Benno. But if I were Penguins right now, I would be fuming, as they're now 30 seconds away from elimination. Naruzu tries to pass.
They had a 2-goal lead.
Gom
gets to have to do this.
Oh! Okay.
Okay,
well, that goes in.
1-2 in the box. Yeah. Going to play that one to the bottom left. I'm going to be very happy to take this one. I mean, Gom, I'm not sure if he intended to get that touch. Maybe just wants to get back to the ball, but it does work out for them.
He wanted to get the double touch off the corner. Oh no! And that's a save.
No, that is just going to about sleek away. But we have seen before, even in the dying seconds of regulation, goals can come out. Last time it favoured Exeter. Maybe Farnborough can get the final one here. The ball in the corner. Benno gets a ball out. Naruto is fired down, but Neo with a save on his own goal line gets it away. I don't think Gom is going to make the same mistake twice here. The ball trickling out into the midfield. It bounces, and we will have overtime.
Yeah, definitely some interesting plays. As the goals this game have been kind of open-netty, just rarely any skill involved. It's just the defense not being, not defending. Hopefully in this overtime, Penguins can probably put up something to get the game 5. Both me and you want Sigvoid. Oh, this is interesting.
That's definitely an interesting touch on the ball. Flicks. I thought he was going to get back to it himself there, and it would have been a decent shot had Gom not already been back in net. Gom himself now looking to make a play. Didn't get the flip reset there, but it is a solid 50 instead. Able to force that ball into the middle of the box. Able to keep the pressure on Exeter, and he's back again, but not for that really poor 50. Neo almost had an open net, but the ball too far to the right of the post.
Yeah, Gom pushing up just too far as third man, nearly getting scored on, but luckily the Exeter offense was not able to put that on target as Flix hits it to the corner wall. Benno there to clear it. Although quite a weak clear, allows Gib to have a free shot on target. Gom clears it away. Neocon not reading it, Benno getting past him. Gom reading Flix touch, but it goes straight back to Flix. He tries to get the open there demo from Neocon, but unable to do so. Ball pinched off to the speckled Flix. Hit it back. Can Gib get another redirect? He passes it down. Gom there to clear the ball. Oh boy. So much. This is very, very interesting.
I'm going to think tournament lives on the line right now for Farnborough. You can tell they're fighting tooth and nail because it's getting proper scrappy down there on the pitch. And of course, these qualifying points for the end of year event, the Open Circuit Finals for High School Rocketeers.
Oh no.
They want those extra points. Exeter also want to claim them. That is going to be how the series ends, though. So many fakes, so many tight plays. Gib and Neo just messing the Farnborough defense about. And they are going to slide it into the bottom left corner at the end. 5-4 in overtime for the Eagles to take it.
Yeah, definitely not what we were expecting, but well played to Eagles to actually make a comeback and take this game. Again, Gib getting MVP, well deserved in my opinion.
Yes,
honestly,
definitely stepped it up towards the end of that game. He didn't have the best of starts. When they started coming back into it, you could tell he was instrumental. And sure, Neo is arguably the stronger player overall. I think the most improved and the one with the most impact relative to the actual skill in the field was Gib. Yeah,
definitely. Gib's insane redirect in game 2 or 3, was it? I can't seem to remember, but sorry, game 3, yes. Gib's insane redirect, and yeah, I think Exeter definitely deserving the win there based off of how they played. Farnborough coming 4th in this tournament, definitely want to bring it back for next month when we hold the second iteration of this technically monthly HSR circuit. But nonetheless, good result in the end for the Farnborough Penguins.
Yeah, definitely agree. Very solid. And with that, we are going to throw it to a break. After the break, the Eagles will be returning in another best of 5 series, but this time against Wyke Sixth Form College's Wyke Esports. See you then.
sky. Feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. No alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me.
I've been getting out of bed these past few days. Think it's fair to be proud about it. I've quit ordering from all those fast food chains. I'm feeling better, there's no doubt about it. And my days are brighter, my shoulders are so much lighter. Just for a moment there, I thought that there was nothing more to life. I thought about it, wrote a couple songs about it. Just for a moment there, I lost myself. Mind if I be real for a minute? It's almost like everything I feel had a limit. It now gone past, finding reasons to smile and to laugh at whenever it's a bad day. Music is my band-aid. all the lights. Spent an hour with my memories, and then I realized it's not all black and white. Like I was colorblind, but mentally, yeah. Now my days are brighter, just no longer feeling tighter. Don't wear my PJs every day, cause I would rather be on site. I thought about it, wrote a couple songs about it. Just for a moment there, I lost myself. Music is my band.
Welcome back, everybody, to the High School Rocketeers Mid-Season Cup. I'm Sigmoid, and I am still joined by Sushi, and we have another best of 5, despite what it says up there, between Waikiki Sports and the Eagles.exe side from Exeter. Sushi, two sides I think we're very familiar with ourselves. What do you think this one's going to pan out to be like?
Well, if we just get the bracket up, Mr. Lovely Producer, we can see that they've already played in the upper semi-final with White taking it in Game 4, so I'm going to pick the same. White takes it in Game 4.
Okay, well, that's quite a quick prediction. I think we do maybe need to bear in mind that White have been a little inconsistent over the course of the day, dropping a game against HSB, actually having a couple of very close games at the end of HSB, and then somehow pulling it out of the bag against Exeter. I'm going to be far more cautious, so cautious in fact I'm going to swing the other way. I think it's going to be 3-2 to Exeter. The prediction almost served me brilliantly in the last game. I was one game out, and hopefully we'll see something a little closer this time around from my perspective.
Yeah, for those of you who don't already know, White are fielding the same team they had last year, consisting of Turner, Invert and Oscar Meister, with the most recent result coming third in the not in the Mid-Season Cup, in the All-Star Showdown, beating out Paul Luxon. But hopefully they're coming back stronger, and hopefully they can hopefully take the win to go into the grand final. And are the players ready, Mr. Sigmoid?
I think the players are ready. The players are literally already setting off. So we're going to get on with it right now. Little lightning dance taking place as players weren't sure whether they were going or not, but timing. The turning was timing out perfect. Yes, the timing turned out perfect as we head into game number 1 here. Turner now, some fast pace off the kickoff. Actually got this ball all the way to the backboard. Oscar waiting in the midfield, trying to catch a touch, but Gibb is going to get the ball over him. Flicks now, carrying the ball down the left wall. Invert, tapping it up and over, stuck in the corner. Gibb pushing it back out. Invert trying to get underneath it, trying to get another tap along, but can't quite manage it. Oscar Meister now down to the side. It's a weak touch. He does manage to get a follow-up though. Flicks, I think, expecting Oscar to come at him a little faster, trying to get a fake on him, but no. Oscar, if he wants to play it slow, that's down to him, and it was played brilliantly slowly to get the ball past him. This ball now being played over the midfield. Invert getting a touch down to the now departed Oscar Meister, demoed in the midfield. Exeter now with some pressure. Flicks off the backboard to Gibb, back to Flicks across the box, but Neoquan is not going to have a shot directly on goal.
Oh no!
Gibb, however, is... I'm not sure who was responsible for getting that ball there. I think it was Turner, but that missing the ball has proved costly.
Yeah, Turner unable to read the bounce coming down from the ceiling, which leaves Gibb with a free shot on target. I feel like it's already a faster team coming into this game. Like, I can sense something is different with the Eagles, although double commits haven't changed, as I can see many double commits already in the first, just over the first minute of this match. Neo up here. Oh, what a save from Oscar.
If you think about it, they've had a good half hour to think about what went wrong in the previous series and to adapt. Slightly, Wyke were leading for most of that series. They'll have had things to pick up on, but they're not the ones that had to make the change. It doesn't seem like they've done an awful lot of it, as Exeter are able to play this ball back into the middle of the box, get a couple of bumps going. Once again, we'll see if they can play the ball out of their own half now. I think they're a little unfortunate to have the ball played so deep on them there.
Yeah, Oscar Meister going for demos, doing what he does best. Turner, Turner hits it to Neocon, saves it, but then Invert just follows up the free shot, and that's the game tied.
That is the game tied. The ball placed well. I'm a little surprised Exeter collapsed so easily, though. I think they could have had a better time of it there. Just maybe not positioning the car quite so ideally in their own box. Want to be right into that back post to cover as much of a net as possible, and of course, ideally facing parallel to the gold line, so you can just drive straight and get the ball on the goal line. That's an incredible one off the crossbar. I fully expected White to save it, and otherwise I probably would have talked about it a little more, as Flix gets that one right over the top, and then Neo places it brilliantly on the right side of the net.
Yeah, both Turner and Invert, the once mains of the squad, of the HSR scene, unable to save it. And this results in a lead once again for Exeter. Turner hits the ball up, past Invert. Gibb reads the touch off the backfield for Invert. Oscar and Invert double committing on that ball, maybe wasn't that much of a required, but White seemed to be all clumped up together, unable to do something, as Gibb now hits it straight to Flix, gets the doink. Oscar there to save it, although with a weak clear. Neoquan has a free shot, and Turner pre-jumps Neoquan, saving the attempt, saving them from having to go 2 goals down.
This ball's still rattling around the midfield. White, though, seemingly with a small advantage right now. Invert able to push it down the corner. Oscar attempting to centre it off the side, while the follow-up from Turner keeps this ball in the corner in Exeter. Until now, we've struggled with, but Flix now has an opportunity off the ceiling, has a flip, used it poorly. That side will not allowing him to make contact with the ball whatsoever. And Neo, with a miss himself, has put his team in a slightly scary predicament. A well-timed back pass, though, will set his team up for success as they recover now in their own third.
Neocon now missing 2 corner ball reads. Needs to just shake it off, as seems to be a little bit too much in his head, but it's fine, as Exeter still in the lead, with Neocon now going for demos on Turner. Gibb having a can he get the double? No. Backboard unable to be cleared. Oscar gets it past, and miscommunication coming from Wyke. So who goes to that backboard ball? Gibb passes to Neo. Can he get the angle? No, does not have boost. Oscar goes for the clear, misses the ball. Invert gets it past Flix. Turner misses the ball. Open net for Neo, but passes it to the side. Luckily, Gibb was there to take the ball. Now everybody tries to pinch it down. Turner clears the ball. Flix dribbles it up. Turner dunking Flix. Invert already up. I think that was a 50 with Neo. Goes straight to Flix. Now Exeter on the counter attack. Turner once again gets the save, and Invert unable to follow up with another save, putting Eagles 2 goals up.
I told you before, Wyke have not been looking totally consistent, and Exeter are proving it here. That ball being played up, I don't think it is the best of clears, honestly.
No.
Just putting that right into the golden zone for Exeter to shoot down on. And it got proven right there, dropping the ball into the middle of a box. Neo diving back to get a save after the kickoff there. Do not want to be conceding straight off a kickoff, as that allows your team, the opposite team, straight back into the game. We saw it when Exeter got that first kickoff goal in game number 4. They were able to drag it straight back to a 4-3 lead from being 1-3 down. Not going to happen quite here, though. Flix now trying to get a cheeky flip reset into the back of the net. Neo, though, is going to be the one to follow up, and it's actually been put in by, I think that must have been Invert.
Yeah.
Driving round the back of the net, jumps off the wall a little too far and the ball just gets stuck behind him.
No, yeah, that's definitely unfortunate. Invert bumping Turner in the clear ball going straight to Neo, and unfortunately unable to fix his mistake, as now it's fairly certain the time ticks down to 0 seconds that Eagles have taken the first game pretty convincing. Not looking good for Wyke if they're unable to change stuff.
Yeah, it's looking rather difficult so far, isn't it? 4-1 start to the series. Exeter still have an opportunity to build pace off of this, don't forget. And so going forward, I think we can see Exeter maybe taking this 3-1, maybe even 3-0 like we did in the previous series. Although we said that at the start of the last series, I probably shouldn't get quite so ahead of myself. But yes, definitely a dismantling here on Utopia Coliseum.
Yeah, Wyke, I feel like seems to just need to warm up a bit. This was their warm-up game. I feel like they could definitely bounce back. They were outshotted at double the shots, so they just need to learn to work as a team, I'd say, for this next few matches if they want to have a chance of beating Eagles.exe. But other than that, Turner has been quite on the defense most of the time, although not making sometimes making awkward saves. Causing his teammates to also be in awkward positions, but hopefully Wyke can now collaborate together to get something for Wyke as we now head into the second game.
Yes. Urban Central Night beautifully lit up for us as we see the players panicking slightly. Oscar failing to make it into the lobby this time. Gonna have to remake that one. That being said, definitely more time for Wyke to recuperate, to deal with the issues they had before, and maybe we'll see them step up as we head into this new lobby.
Nah, yeah, Wyke definitely will take advantage of the technical difficulty there. Hopefully they can actually do something with it. Talk about strats, figure out what they need to do to destroy this Exeter squad. But otherwise, if Exeter keep it up, they have definitely got the sweep. My opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, keeping this up, I don't think Wyke can have enough gears to reach it. I don't think, at least. They have had a break. They have come off a break, so you're right. Maybe they could warm up into this, like you said earlier. But it just feels like the gap was so big in the previous series with all the mistakes coming out that they're going to have a hard time coming back.
As you can see, Neo gets the bump on Oscar, double commit again coming from Wyke. Misses coming around everything is panicking. Flicks also kind of panics with the flick. You'd think he'd be good at them because of his name, but obviously very not. Flicks is the backboard. Gibb up, ready, and misses. 4 people missing the ball there, or at least 3. Oh, Wyke definitely not in a front position. Oscar has passed it down to Turner, who gets the clear, but Gear passes Flicks to do exactly the same. And currently it's a bit of a ping pong match right now. Flicks puts it mid. Oscar doing a good job to read it. Turner one-on-one and decides to just rush into it rather than taking his time. Not looking good for the ones mains. Flicks tries to control the ball, denied by him, but Neoquan has control. Oscar getting an awkward touch, making it awkward for Eagles, but helping out Wyke. Invert gets up, takes control of the ball, Flicks on him. Neoquan gets the 50, and it's another starting up for Exeter. Wyke just seemed to have not warmed up.
That was not a brilliant play coming up from Exeter either. 2 players grouped up in the corner, somehow managed to get a pass out, and Wyke had just baited into that corner as well. You can wait for so long on your back line if the ball's there because the angle is just so tight. I think Flicks is going to get a second here, 1 minute and 20 gone, and they're already 2 up. We saw earlier Wyke took down this team 3-1. It's on the bracket, it's written there. And yet the evidence that they could have done that is just not present in this series whatsoever.
Yeah, it seems to me that Invert is trying to be kind of one's main there. Turner gets the shot, but Flicks pre-jumping Turner's shots, keeping Exeter's lead to 2 goals. But yeah, as I was saying, I feel like Invert was being a bit of a once player. They're letting the ball drop and not having to jump up if it's not necessary. Completely did not expect Flix to have that double touch. Neoquan demoing Invert in the midfield, but lets Oscar take the shot and he halves the deficit.
I was concerned for a second that that ball was going straight at where Flix was aiming. Flix just hesitates, jumps too late, and then by the time he's gone with it, the ball has sailed over his head. An alright placement overall, it has to be said. That near top corner isn't usually expected because it's one that in theory is one of the easier ones to reach.
Oh no.
But it works out brilliantly. You're right though, Exeter piling on the pressure early after this kickoff, but it has spilled out. Invert to Turner to the middle of the goal, but Flix has tipped it over, and Neo is going to get this ball long before Oscar Meister has a chance to make amends.
Yeah, it was a brilliant passing play coming out from Invert and Turner, but once again, Flix denying Turner from having the goal. Now Exeter have the counter attack. It's on target. Turner saves it. Neoquan gets it past Turner, but Invert's there to stop any plays. Invert gets a touch, has to dribble. 50 is Neoquan, gets it, has control. And another 50 Neoquan. Flix seems to be everywhere on the field right now. Hard chasing, but it seems to work as his teammates know what they're doing, and they still are getting shots. And Gibb passing in mid for Flix with an open net, but 3-1.
3-1, absolutely. Osmeister, yeah, just completely caught out there on the near post, and his teammates, we only see them come into frame right at the end of the replay, or on my screen at least.
Yeah, definitely not a great start to White. White needs to suddenly change something up, work on those comms, avoid the double commits like those exactly. Oscar and Turner found themselves too close to each other. If they can get that down, they can definitely win like they did previously. Turner 1v1 against Neo. Brilliant placement, top left corner.
I'm unsure whether that was still going in after it came off the corner post, but they did beat it. They did bait in Neo. Brilliant. Yeah, that was flying straight out. Neo definitely baited into that play by the possibility of the ball trickling, and he was just too late. The reaction time's not good enough, despite most of these players being in at least the esports prime of their lives.
Definitely. Invert tries to solo play it, but Flix once again to deny the White opportunity. Turner with the nearly open net, I'd say. Would you call that an open net miss? I would probably. Maybe it's an unexpected one.
Yeah.
Either way, open net miss for Turner, not exactly what you want to see, but Gibb tries to 50 Invert. Flix beating Turner. Going out to Neoquan, pre-jumps it, and 4th goal comes in for Exeter.
Just as we thought, White was coming back into it as well, and it's Flix being instrumental to the play once again. That pass so solid, right in the golden zone where it's easy to shoot, but it's not so easy for the opponents to come out of net to get a direct block on the ball, and it's slammed home by Neoquan there, right far away from the White opposition defenders. Yeah,
definitely a bit of Smables coming in from White in that corner there, causing Flix to be able to pass it. And look how Exeter have played. They all ready. They know where their teammates can be. Exeter have been grinding. They're learning where their teammates are and where they're gonna be. And White unable to just stop this relentless pressure coming on from them. Flix tries to go up to get a shot. Invert denies the opportunity. Turner gets it past Neo, misses the touch. I think you're correct, Sig. White's consistency definitely taking the chance of them winning. But as I say that, Invert with a brilliant pass, faking out 2 defenders, and game is winnable.
Absolutely, 30 seconds on the clock. We've seen before, you can score in far less than that. You can score on the buzzer as well. Exeter demonstrated that beautifully before. If you didn't catch it, definitely check out the clips once this game is over. We'll see if they can actually provide the opportunity to get a 4th goal here, though. White Invert now.
Oh, no.
I think he's got a 1v1. Just needs to get past Neoquan, but Neoquan gets up nice and quickly, plays that ball to the ceiling. White are going to have to go back to the drawing board, and with that demo there, the time is starting to run out. 4 seconds now,
Double
an
commit.
end-to-end play required, and yes, that double commit definitely not going to help them out. I see this ball,
Ooh.
it's actually bounced off a corner, an opportunity as the ball bounces off the floor again, off of Gibbs' touch. I didn't think that one was coming back, but it has landed properly now. The Eagles leading the series 2-0, and of course only a best of 5. This is match point now.
Yeah, definitely. With the shots, Eagles coming up with 8, with Wyke's 5, so it's been fairly decent, but Wyke unable to shut down Eagles' opportunities. Maybe taking them a bit for granted, like maybe they don't expect them. They're thinking in their head, oh, we beat them earlier, we don't have to try as hard as anymore. But no, this is when you have to try harder. This is where money is on the line. If you win this match, you guarantee money. So Wyke can have to pull off something really special, as I definitely want to see a reverse sweep from Wyke. I don't know about you, Sig, but I'll definitely be interested. But at this rate, it's going to be hard for that to happen, considering they're not playing as well as you'd kind of want them to if they want to beat the Eagle squad.
I mean, that first game, Wyke definitely had excuses. They were coming in cold. Well, at least from officials-wise, I certainly hope they were warming up before then. Maybe slightly underestimated Exeter. That first game should have silenced any of their doubts about how good the Exeter side can be.
Yes, as we head into the third game now. We had a bit of a lightning dance, but it's all good now. But Turner having possession, stealing the corner boost. Neo beating out Turner to the ball. Oscar tries to beat Gibb. Gibb once again beating out the player. Invert. Oh no! What has happened? Why?
That is what happens when the mentality goes. You lose all faith in your touches. That's 2 White players and Neo misreading the ball off the backboard there as it just rolls around them. That's practically a bronze tier goal as far as I'm concerned.
No, yeah, definitely. Oh, but okay.
It's another kickoff goal. Yeah.
I have nothing to say. It's all you, mate. I have nothing to say. What?
It's just everyone getting beaten. The 2 players on the Exeter side get beaten in the midfield, and then the White players. I can't remember who was cheating, but I think they managed to beat out Gibb there, who'd gone back to get boost and maybe needs to cover the net a little more there. White continuing to make plays forward, though. That bump there allowed White to play the ball all the way to the backboard. Oscar now off the backboard, gets a flick. He's got a second touch off the backboard. Who's there? Turner not close enough, and we remain at 1-1. 30 seconds gone, though. It's definitely been an exciting game 3 so far.
Yeah, Oscar nearly getting the ceiling double touch. That would have been insane, kind of reminiscent of his quality of skill he did in the showdown. Hopefully Oscar can bring that back again, as they're currently on match losing point. As in, if they lose this, they're definitely out of the tournament. Oscar gets the possession, and Turner dies by flicks. Invert gets it past 1, tries to go for the double, hits it over though. None of the Exeter players seem to fancy going for it, but works out in their favour. Neo passes Flicks. Flicks kind of slow with the ball. It does a 360 little spin, reminding me of that old OG Kronovi goal. Rip to a fallen veteran. Neocon tries to solo play Turner. Turner decides to demo. I don't think that was deliberate, but it worked. Turner gets the ball mid, Flicks clears the ball to safety. Oscar missing twice, maybe going for the bump on the return. Oscar Meister pinches it off the wall. Invert gets faked by Neo. Oscar unable to... And once again, miss is coming from the White side, but a miss came from Exeter as well. This game is in shambles. I cannot understand what's happening. Sig, help me out here.
You want help? I mean, yeah, both these sides both having moments, as Invert has to bail on that ball just to stay away from the mess that was being presented to him just in front of his bonnet. He's going to get this ball off the scene, then maybe an opportunity for another touch. It's Turner that's going to come in though. The one already on the floor plays that one up to the near post corner.
Yeah.
Absolutely classes it 103 kilometers per hour. Gib, no chance of getting up to it. And Neoclan too far off the front post to deal with that at all.
Now I feel like the defense may have predicted invert to carry on going for the ball, but Turner well stuck in there. The shot away from invert, but finally causing White to be in the lead, I think. Is this the first time?
Unless it was like any early game shenanigans, I think this is definitely the first proper lead they've had. Gib now having a hard time getting this one over. Invert going to drive up and make sure that one doesn't go too far away, but I think he might have just allowed it to travel a little further by pushing it upwards. Definitely not ideal contact with the ball. White though managing the pressure fine. Oscar dropping this ball back down to invert, and he has on the bottom left corner. Flicks not covering it properly, and I think his two other teammates also hiding in that back corner.
Brilliant pass coming out from Oscar beating Gib, and Flicks just unable to reach the ball, and White 2-goal lead. White comeback potential?
Well, it's definitely on the cards, that's undeniable. Game 3, not in the bag yet, but it's definitely progress. And maybe from that they can push on towards winning the series. First game is the hardest, of course, and they've passed that test in flying colours over the first 3 minutes.
Oh no. Turner trying to pre-jump Neocon, but Oscar again to invert. Can he do the passing play? Unable to score. Turner gets it again. Neocon misses the save. Invert bumping his own teammate away. At this rate, White just need to keep the lead. They can keep the pressure. They don't have to score. They just can't get scored on, as Neocon nearly did if Turner was not there. Invert with a backflip, maybe calculated, as Gib was definitely beating into the ball. Neo once again with possession. Oscar denying the flick backwards. Gib hits it up mid, free ball. Oscar demos. Turner double touch.
Yeah, it's going to park that ball in the back of the net, and Oscar as well. I'm not quite sure how he ended up on the back line, but that timing was brilliant, and I'm not going to question it. We do love to see a well-timed demo forcing the play coming out. 68 seconds now, Exeter require 3 to force an overtime, and frankly, I'm struggling to see it at this point. I know they scored 3 against Farnborough before, but the composure isn't there right now. They've gone 2 games up and maybe gotten a little cocky here.
Yeah, I think now White have finally warmed up and learned to play, as Oscar Meister going for what he loves doing on this White squad. He was known for doing this all of last season, going for those demos, that annoying third man you don't want to have, but you don't want to play against, but you obviously want to have, has definitely worked out in this favor. Oscar definitely stepping up this game to help his team. As I just had a look at the shots, 12 shots coming from White compared to Eagles' 2. If the last series was any consolation, Exeter seemed to have a good shot to goal ratio, with nearly 100% in that game 4, which went to overtime. Even relentless presser, but as we're gonna hit. Okay.
We're gonna get one more. We're gonna get one more sushi, but that is gonna be that for game number 3. We're gonna see a 4th game for the second time tonight, a 4th go on Manfield. Of course, Exeter won their last series out here. Do you think they can do it again?
I'd say if White keep this up, they probably cannot. Like, White, I feel like finally have gained their confidence back. Maybe the same confidence they had in their first series. They played in the upper bracket, so who knows? I can genuinely see a reverse sweep coming from White. And before you all say, I made my bed, okay? I made my bed finally. So you guys can stop saying it in chat. Thank you very much.
People not taking any notice of mine. I've even got the IKEA throw on there, not sponsored. Actually, just brilliant. And the only reason I'm actually lighting myself decently tonight and there isn't a massive camera flicker is because instead of using this thing that must have been installed like 20 years ago when this place was built, I've got a nice little lamp down there which doesn't turn on and off every half a second.
Yeah, Sig. People actually can't see your bed because it's covered by your pronouns, but
pronouns are useful too. That side.
Yep. Speaking of beds, Exeter have a chance to send Wyke out of the tournament, maybe send him to bed, go sleep. Wyke should
Well,
probably...
it is a school night. Everyone's
Yes.
back in college or school tomorrow morning. And I'm sure these players might be needing the sleep because it is scrim week for the best as well for both of these sides, that being the British Esports Student Championships. I'm not sure who they're expecting to play this week if they've got anything organised, but they do want to make sure they start off their week right.
Yeah, unfortunate no map change, but tis okay, we move as Invert gets a ceiling shot, hits it straight under Oscar, but Oscar goes for the pre-jump. Understandably so, as he wasn't expecting the defender coming out. Oscar there to take the shot, hits it backboard. Neo misses the read. Free hit for Invert to Oscar, but Oscar decides to opt out of it as probably didn't have it. Oh, Invert passes back to Turner, maybe not intentional, but it's okay. Flicks gets it past Oscar. Oh, Oscar decides to go for it. Double commit, but I guess well left from the Turner. I like the aggression Wyke are putting out right now. Definitely what they need if they want to win this, but maybe too much aggression? Nah, it's fine. It's not even close.
It's not fine though. I hate when people say that if the ball trickles towards your net and is open, and it by all accounts should have gone in if it was a couple of inches to the left, you've got problems.
Is that referring to the offensive team or the defensive team?
If you're about to get scored on.
Ah, then yes. But they have to take advantage of not being scored on. Maybe score themselves, but Blinks there to deny the offense. Tries to pass it mid, a bit too far for Neo. Decides to go for the dunk instead. Gets the demo. But Oscar there to clear the ball. Flicks looking to pass this. Yes, but Turner reading it. An open net for Turner. Hits the crossbar. Oscar. Invert. Oscar
Oh man!
Oh my days.
Every player has touched that ball. I feel.
Oh
like.
no!
But it's still going to end up
And Neo.
with an extra goal if Neo just taps this one.
Oh
in,
my
he does
days.
manage it. What a mess!
I had no idea what was happening. I think the final play was Turner bumping Oscar Meister, so neither of them could rotate back in time to save this shot.
The real problem there, I think, is Turner had an opportunity on the ball if he'd started boosting sooner. And he didn't take it. Oh, and that's just a second goal for Exeter. You know, we were talking about how Wyke might have been getting back into this in game number 3. They need to come back into this game as soon as they can, or they're out of the event. No prize money, 40 less HSR open circuit points as well.
Yeah, definitely a little bit from Wyke. They have to definitely change something up here. Neo goes for the edgeable flip reset. Gets the flip reset, but Invert there to save it. Turner on the ball, Flicks, beats Turner out, Give. Both, Exeter don't really have to do much. They just have to keep the possession and they can take the win. But obviously, Wyke does not want this happening. Give with a shot, hits it wide. Turner too slow. Neocorn's not the third one for Exeter. Not looking that great for Wyke. They need to have a magical comeback if they want any chance of having a shot at that prize money, but at this rate, they're going to be knocked out of the tournament.
I mean, we can think about it for a second here. Wyke haven't managed it before. Exeter have, though. The Eagles have pulled back 3 goals before, and then went on to win that game after a couple more goals were scored in either direction.
Yeah, but
there's no reason why Wyke can't do it now, besides the fact that they are 3-0 down and they have not really shown much presence in this game at all, apart from that bungled attempt on goal.
nah, yeah, with the clock running down to just under 2 minutes, they're gonna need a goal every 40 seconds, and as the time ticks by, it doesn't get very likely. But I
thought Oscar missed that. I so thought Oscar missed that, but he has put it home.
Yeah. But now they've made it easier for themselves, requiring 1 goal every 2 minutes at least, and obviously not getting scored on. Wyke have started their comeback, maybe.
Just perhaps, yeah. Turning out. I actually get to overgive in the corner. Neoquan up next. He's up. Got another flick along. There's a lot of distance being gained on that ball in, but now out to the midfield. But Oscar not quite so faithful in his teammate there is going to come off and play this off the ceiling. Hits it, I think, a little too early though. Wants to get a bit more over it, wanted to drop it down a little more, and so it goes right into the opposite corner. Flicks was thinking about playing it off the ceiling, but with Oscar Meister there, just bails out of the play, wants to preserve his boost, wants to make sure that Exeter don't slip up in the same way Farnborough did. Don't want to slip up by letting in 2 goals. Oscar had a dangerous shot there, but saved away by Gibb.
Now, yeah, I thought Oscar had the open net, but no, Gibb was there to shut down any opportunity, and Neo seems to be dictating the play for Exeter as Gibb misses a fairly easy shot. Oscar with the clear downfield flicks. Gets a kind of okay clear. Turner decides to kill him because he was in his way. Gibb going for the free set, just freestyling on Wyke, to be fair. Not required to score, as I said. They just need to hold off for another minute, and they're guaranteed second in this tournament. And Oscar hits the crossbar!
If that was in, they'd have had a chance. I'm not that confident anymore. They struggled, I think it was back in game 2, to find that 4th goal, despite being presented with a couple of opportunities. There's only so much time left. I reckon they get max 3 here. Oscar able to play this one out to the halfway line. Both Hibbert and Turner trying to get quickly onto it. They are actually going to get a block in early here, but I feel like most of the resources have been used just getting back there. I thought Oscar had a better play than he did.
No.
That, though, is a play a long way down the field. Gibb slicing the ball, but a double commit from White puts him in dire straits once again. 12 seconds on the clock, 2 goals required. Could do with one right now if they're going to have any chance on that final kickoff. Going to be deep into buzzer time if they do. 3 seconds on the clock. I don't think it's going to happen, and with the clock hitting 0, I don't fancy the chances. Eagles taking game 4, taking the series, going on for the first time tonight to face Hellstrom Esports in the finals and for a guaranteed spot in the HSR Open Circuit finals.
Yeah, this tournament means a lot, as a lot on the line here, as you could be potential having to play all of these open series tournaments, whereas instead of qualifying. But Exeter, as you said, Exeter and Hellstrom haven't played yet, so this should be an interesting series to cast, bearing in mind Hellstrom get the winner's game advantage, and with Hellstrom not having lost a single game yet, should be a very interesting series.
Definitely. We'll bring you all that after this short break though. See you then.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me. Hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, hold tight. Chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. No lie, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, hold tight. Chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me.
I've been getting out of bed these past few days. Think it's fair to be proud about it. I've quit ordering from all those fast food chains. I'm feeling better, there's no doubt about it. And my days are brighter, my shoulders are so much lighter. Just for a moment there, I thought that there was nothing more to life. I thought about it, wrote a couple songs about it. Just for a moment there, I lost myself. Mind if I be real for a minute? It's almost like everything I feel had a limit. It now memories, and then I realized it's not all black and white. Like I was colorblind, but mentally, yeah. Now my days are brighter, just no longer feeling tired. I don't wear my PJs every day, cause I would rather be on site. I thought about it, wrote a couple songs about it. Just for a moment there, I lost myself. Music is my band. Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the grand final of the HSR Midseason Cup and the first. That's not the scene I was expecting to see on my screen. I'm back to the first event of the HSR Open Circuit. Hellstrom Esports are playing Eagles.exe in what should be an exciting first game of the first game of the night. We've had 2 games already. Of course, Hellstrom Esports, which is probably the point my brain was trying to get onto before it mixed 2 sentences together, starting with a game advantage in this best of 7 series. How do you think that is going to play into their hands, Sushi? Do you think it will affect the outcome of the series at all?
It's definitely going to be harder for Eagles as they have to win more matches than Hellstrom. But in the past, Hellstrom haven't lost a single game yet. So I wonder if they can keep this going. But Eagles, with the momentum coming in, I feel like it's probably going to end up going to Hellstrom. Maybe Eagles don't. I mean, this is the first time matchup. This hasn't been played in the bracket, but who knows what will happen? I think maybe Hellstrom will take it 4-1, 4-2.
Honestly, I have to agree with you there. Definitely seems like the more likely outcome.
Yeah.
Having won so many other games today. In fact, I'm not sure they've actually dropped a game even within a series. So yeah, unbeaten on series, unbeaten in games, 11-0 for the day. To say that's going to change now, I think would be a bit of a stretch. However, I think Exeter can at least make a couple of these games close.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely expecting Exeter to maybe bring some momentum in, as Hellstrom haven't played for a good hour, 2 hours now. So maybe they might be on the downside in terms of momentum, but I guess we'll have to see. Are all the players in, ready to go?
I haven't. They are actually all in, and I think we are mostly ready to go at this point. So yeah, let's go to it.
Perfect. Go to the final match of the day. A reminder that this is now best of 7, so the overlay is correct. Obviously, a team win has been given to Hellstrom Esports, and let's see how this goes. Josh wins kickoff. Wins the ball back again. JW, familiar name of the scene, but different JW, as there used to be a JW that played on the Penguins as they got eliminated. The team that got eliminated out. Flix passes over to Neoquan. Apollo tries to get the read. Flix getting demoed by Apollo JW. Exeter just dying. Neoquan can't get it past. Another demo. 3 demos already. It's been 30 seconds of the match. Josh hits the ball up. Flix low boost. Oh, Neoquan low boost hits the ball. JW gets the ball. clears it downfield. Gib, Apollo just reading the Exeter defense on that clear. Neo gets it past one, JW there to stop any potential attack. Neocorn this time getting a demo rather than dying himself. Seems to be a fairly even game so far. Neocorn.
Yeah, neither side really taking anything away yet, and Exeter almost forced the opening goal home there. Gib now getting this ball up high. Apollo has read it straight away, though Flicks unwilling to commit, and Neoquan can't put the stop in Apollo from end to open up the scoring in Hailstrom Esports Road to winning the Midseason Cup.
No, yeah. Apollo just getting the dunk off him on, I believe it was Neocorn, putting in the first goal for Hailstrom. First goal of this grand finals.
And I just want to say, he's doing this with like a tiny bit of lag. He said he's going to restart after this. So, you know, pretty impressive stuff from this total newbie to our screens. At least clearly very familiar with the game of Rocket League himself, though. Gibbs, though, looking to try and set up extra success. Flicks playing the ball to the corner. He's going to get it around the side. JW's taking his time getting back. Neoquan is there, but JW wins the race. He gets the ball out to Apollo, who's got a shot straight back on target. Gibb clearing this one to the side now.
Yeah, seems to be end-to-end plays. Flicks hopefully trying to get Flick once again. Can't get his name. Apollo has to dribble, can't get it past Gib. And they seem to be a lot closer than I thought it would be. I feel Exeter definitely have a chance of taking a couple games, maybe even the series. Obviously a lot on the line here is this first tournament. Automatic qualification to the end of your event. Flicks passes it mid, no one there to follow up. Neoquan hits it into Josh, who saves it. Flicks on the ball, tries to pinch it. Apollo there to read it. JW. It's at mid. Neoquan has to get a dunk, unable to read Josh's hit. Gib on the ball. Brilliant clear coming up from, I believe, Josh. JW. This Hailstrom squad seems to be very strong. Seems to have the rotation somewhat on point. Double commit, unlike Exeter's. Flicks, he managed to flick it past Josh. Gets another touch. Apollo bumping him out of the way, giving JW a chance to clear it. Neoquan, oh my god, that's just a goal.
Yeah, that one's been slipped through by the Hailstrom side. Flicks, you see him heading off to the right there. I'm not sure it was entirely connected to the fact that there was another player literally sitting, waiting for the ball to come to them and then just to play it in. But what can you do, right? Apollo now going to get a clear out. JW a little too far back to get straight on it, but I think he might be in a solid position to try and get this through one of his teammates. Plays it off the backboard to Josh, who gets it round the top. Neoquan going to clear this away, but it's still in a dangerous spot for this Exeter side. Now over the top once again. JW in the box is not going to get a touch, but Gib can. Gib's going to clear this one out all the way to the blue corner. Can he get another touch? He can't. Josh with a block, and it's some end-to-end play right now with neither side really able to make a dent.
No, yeah, Neocorn getting the ball past Apollo. Fakes out Josh, but not fully, as managed to get the pass after it. Apollo misses the angle. Gib gets the clear out to Flicks. Flicks maybe passing it back. No, instead of opting for the sort of play, but their attempts keep going to Hailstrom. They're like doing the attempts, but they're having the opportunities, but they're just wasting everything. Josh puts it aside, doesn't get the double. Neo steals it off of Gib. Can he do something? Gib pinches it all the way into the Exeter half. Not looking very good as Neo misses the ball. Flicks up, tries to get the touch, bumps Josh. Neo got the flip reset. Gib trying to get it past the last defender, but Josh there to pass over JW, then clears the ball. The synergy from this team is definitely enlightening.
Yeah, definitely making some super solid plays coming out here. JW, I think he's managed to get another touch off the backboard here, and that's going straight to Apollo. Apollo beating out Neo, gets the ball to JW, but it's Gib diving in at the last second to try and keep Exeter's hopes alive. Not that they really should have had any left as the clock hit 0 second game win to Hailstrom. They're only 2 away. Exeter still require 4.
Yes, I believe Apollo might have to go restart his game real quick unless he's okay now. But with Exeter, with Hailstrom having the initial game lead, Hailstrom are now 2 games away from just taking the championship, the money, and the free pass to the end of year event. So Eagles gonna have to step it up. They were similar in shots to Hailstrom, but unfortunately not able to save the opportunities that resulted in a goal, and not unable to score themselves. So maybe they have to rethink what they've been doing against Wyke, the Penguin, because it's not going to work against Hailstrom.
No, it definitely is not. However, you'd think maybe they'd be able to do a little more with it, hopefully. Now, I'm just running down the stats here. Eagles, 6 saves, definitely more on the defensive side, but we saw that in a couple of their series before. I can't remember if it was particularly present against White, but definitely present against Farnborough, having to put a lot in. And clearly it's not working out for them. You don't want to be sitting on defense the whole time at all.
No, exactly. So we head into Urban Central for the second game. All the players are in ready. Apollo seems to have his ping issues sorted out. Eagles, it's time for them to do something, get back into the series, maybe take the first game against, be the team to take one game against Hailstrom, but with a brilliant play like that from Josh, looking very unlikely. What a fake, and then gets it down underneath Neoquan. Unbelievable.
Yeah, just some brilliant plays coming out there. Ball now being played over the top. Josh trying to carry this one over again. That's a flip off the ceiling. Of course, get your flip back once you're falling off the ceiling. Little mechanic, because it doesn't require you to jump. Give now. Well, he tried to play it quickly, but that's wide of the mark and not by a small amount. He may have a second opportunity here to take that one down, but Apollo is going to get in the way of it on the goal line and clears it right out to the orange end of the field. Exeter really struggling here to get any traction on a play.
No, in the previous series we used to see Neoquan just be able to outpace everybody, and now he feels like he's on the back foot as Bo's going past him, people attacking, unable to get a touch. I thought I was in for a second as Flicks was unable to reach up to the height, but yeah, Exeter gonna have to do a lot more work than they have, but this is probably good. Neoquan, brilliant save coming in from Josh to stop them equalizing, but ball's still in danger. Gibb gets possession, unable to do anything, as he gives it away to JW. Flicks gets the pinch, not too strong, but still have possession. Flick up, Gibb there to get the touch. Neoquan unable to get 50 and ball's cleared down through. Gibbs opt out to not 50 him or not go to the ball earlier, which is fair, but gets the ball past him. Flicks gets the ball past Apollo. It's a 1-on-2 situation right now. Josh getting the save. Neoquan not respecting JW at all. Dunking get the possession, but Apollo there to clear the ball. Flicks hitting the ball back. It's not comfortable for either of the Exeter players as they wanted to get out there, but Hailstrom seemed to be in control as they just keep having the shots, even though 2 registered. It's the same amount of registered shots, but they have the possession. They keep having the opportunity, and whereas Exeter they haven't done anything.
I mean, Exeter might have a chance here though. That ball, it's awkward over the top. Apollo. It's a decent 50, but Gibbs going to be able to play this one right through. Gets it to the backboard once again, off the mark. If he was able to get it a bit more to the right, maybe he'd have had a chance. That was a disgusting touch. I mean, it wasn't much, and I'm sure many people in chat won't appreciate it as much as I'd like them to. But just that tiny little touch, it means you can get it past the players and we're not really expecting it either. NeoClan getting this one, or trying to get this one around the backboard now. Apollo able to play this out. Gib following up. Flix is there, but it's a 50 with Josh Sensible flying out towards JW. Clears it into the orange box, and it has to be said, Hellstrom managing their clears very well right now, playing like a very established side.
Oh yeah, this is a new team as well. They seem to have the connection and synergy of a team that's been playing for many months, I should say. Coming into this competition, their first ever competition, and they're just dominating. They're just dominating. They actually haven't let Exeter score a single goal as they score another one on Exeter. It's not looking good for the Exeter squad as Apollo just air dribbles it past Flix.
I'm being honest, it's shocking to me at least that, okay, admittedly 2 of these players have only just arrived at the clubs, but they didn't submit a team last year with one of their SSL players. Imagine how much of a dent they could have made. That's easily a Div 1 side, even with 2 low champ players.
Exactly. All you need is that one extra good player, and your team is just 10 times better. Obviously, this team consists of two first years, maybe 1 second year as well. So this is definitely a 1-year team. So they're looking to do as much damage before, I believe, Apollo, who has to unfortunately leave the college, maybe going on to uni. Some unis are definitely going to be interested in seeing this, but open net, not able to score. Can they finally score? First goal, they can. It's a chance for Exeter to come back in this game.
It's an interesting one, I'll give them that. Of course, back off Neo into himself, Apollo completely bamboozled, and rightly so.
Yeah, it's definitely stopped them from being a perfect swept, I believe, because I don't think Exeter scored any goals last game. If I did, please correct me. But they have a chance now to get it back, but they seem to be pushing themselves. They're trying to throw themselves at the ball, but unable to actually get any. Flix tries to get the angle, but again, it's... Ooh, can he get the shot this time? And he can! He ties it up. It's definitely different Exeter now. If they're actually looking to do something, maybe be the first team to win this game, now is the chance. Exeter needs to keep that up, keep the pressure, keep the offense, and they
do have to score. They do have to score as well. That's quite an important detail I feel we haven't mentioned yet. Neo going to make an early attempt here though, getting the ball off a sidewall, a little scrape from Apollo as he drives to JW, following up, going to make sure that ball gets into the orange box, make sure Exeter can't do this in regulation. JW now off the sidewall, self-sets, can't get the ball past NeoClan. Apollo though has found it, I think Neo, yeah, doesn't make the same mistake God made against Exeter before, lets that ball fall to the ground, affords an opportunity for his team to do this in overtime. Not if Apollo has anything to say about it though. A massive 50 on the goal line coming up from Neo, who I'm sure was starved for boost there. Gib now can get that ball to JW, but he is able to find another 50 afterwards. This ball now hovering over the orange box. JW with that tap on the ball could have been a nice setup for his teammates, but they're not close enough. Flix now driving this one down, gets it past JW. It's in the middle of the box. Gives that, and he bailed on it. He didn't expect the Hailstorm defense to falter. And to be honest, they haven't done it much so far, only on the 2 occasions they have in this game. But you do want to make sure you're driving at that ball if it comes to you. 40 seconds gone now. The demo's starting to come out from Hailstorm onto these extra players. Neo now forcing this ball round the corner, playing it long. It's off into the corner. Gib now round the top, maybe getting a bump on Josh. Can't get the bump on Josh. Flix though plays it low, but it's right into JW. If he'd had some thought, put some thought into it, rather, he could have played it to the left and had an easy one. And yeah, another one coming through there.
Oh no.
Not making the back of the net next to... There's only so many chances you can throw away before Hailstorm are going to shut you down. JW off the crossbar. Where's the follow-up? Apollo's there. Gets a dunk on Flix. It's off the corner. Gib trying to get out of the way of Neo. Plays the ball long into the box. Flix a little wide, but I don't think the net was open enough anyway.
Yeah, Exeter showing a different side. A side that maybe can take a game off of Hailstorm. Their defense seems to be a little bit shaky though, as the ball's as the balls come to their half, they seem to double bump each other all over the place, trying to get the ball out of the half to not give Hellstrom a chance. And Apollo just in control of the whole game. Absolutely madman. But Neo clears the ball straight to JW, who hits it right back into Flix. Gets possession, a little bit awkward. Bumps last defender. I saw a team bump there, so potential. Oh no. Oh no.
It's the players getting moved around, but you need to be worried about Exeter thrown into disarray by the Hailstorm offense. And Flix, questionable dribble around the ball, enables Josh to get the ball into Apollo, bottom left corner. It's all done. A third game win for Hailstorm, match point, and potentially just taking the entire thing without dropping a single game. What a surprise, honestly, that would be.
Literally having just played every single game in this tournament and not losing a single game. It must be very hard to do this, and just goes to show how strong a team Hellstrom are. As Apollo leaves the match again to lag. Definitely Eagles want to be doing something, as they're on match point. Oh, Hellstrom are on match point. They're about to be eliminated out of the tournament, but they can do only so much. They were actually tied up in shots. They can definitely win the series if they just keep up the pressure and not make silly mistakes as they've been doing for the goals that conceded. Maybe just needs to just a bit more control, maybe a little bit more ease into the game. Feel the play. Definitely just learn to control the ball and not give away possession when they do, because they need to make sure they actually have possession and keep tracking of the opportunity, score them basically.
Yes, now just waiting for Apollo to get back in, so I guess we have a brief opportunity now to bring up the points panel, if we could, Mr. Producer. You see, I spent most of last night programming this to make sure it worked, so if it doesn't, that's really on me. Okay, so okay, no. Wait, which side is it? Table,
yes.
Table, no points. I apologise. I'll try and get that fixed for the next one. We'll go straight into the game now, though, because everyone is ready. Thank you, everybody, for that.
Yeah. So heading into game. Would you call this game 4 because of the default win? Yeah, I'm gonna say game 4. So heading to game 4 of the series now. Exeter with the life on the line, and Apollo puts in one within 15 seconds. Brilliant play from Josh and Apollo. Josh hits it mid, Apollo is there. Bang, 142 kph in the lead. One goal closer to taking. Flix on the ball. JW hits it past him. Gib. Apollo beating out the last defender. Neoquan air dribbling the ball. Goes straight to JW though. Flix predicting the 50. Has the dribble. Unable to get a flick again. I'm sorry. It's going to be a meme every time. Ooh. Flix gets a pass. Neo, can he get to goal? And yes, Exeter tied up with the many post and crossbar hits. Flix and Neocorn working in tandem to get a goal. 4:20 remaining on the clock. They're going to have to do a lot more than that.
Yes. Exeter now. They have got the ball again though. They are thinking about making it. Yeah, that was not the play that anybody thought they would be making. You ideally get the ball towards the box, but at this point, maybe the mentality starting to slip. They realise they need 4 games before this Hailstrom side take 1. And I'm not confident it's going to happen. Neo now getting the ball to the side wall, is looping round the top. It's actually going to drop in the box perfectly. JW with that bumper set up his teammates perfectly, but none of them are close enough. And so Hailstrom will need to wait a little longer if they're going to regain this lead. Exeter, though, they've picked up on the tactic. They've gone for a demo. They've left their back line wide open. Gib just about getting the block on JW, and I think that poor touch was what saved Exeter more than their positioning.
Shot hits the crossbar, unable to capitalize on the situation like that. Neoquan needs to be doing slightly better than that. Definitely misses coming out from Exeter. Maybe they're quite exhausted from playing. Give the shot. Apollo saved it fairly simply. Flicks tries to go up, but Apollo too quick for it. Gib having possession kind of gives it away, but it's hittable for Neoquan as JW does not. Hailstrom not giving Exeter any space, but there's been a bump, leaving Apollo alone. Passes it mid, JW there to hit it away. Flicks, hits it to Neoquan. Neoquan fast enough to hit it, but not towards the goal. Apollo having possession of the ball. I think it was Gib going for the bump. Gib looking to turn. Hits the ceiling, hits the waterfall region. Can they get a read? All three of the Hailstrom players not having any of that. Wanting to get the ball out of the field, and they're doing so much to try and hold off Exeter scoring. It's working, but at some point, if Exeter keep the offense, they're gonna have to break, right?
And if what would be certain to keep the offense? Yes, it seems like neither side has really had a consistent period so far. Apollo now. Gonna feed this one over the top. Got a flick reset. That's toward. Okay, no, it's just towards the backboard. I thought maybe there was a slim chance it could have been posted in, but no, just miles wide. Josh, though, gonna play this one towards a target. Saved by Flicks. Neo picking this one up. Slightly awkward dribble. Maybe trying to bait in a Hailstrom player, but it's not going to work out for him. Those Hailstrom players in blue holding the line nice and tightly. Apollo now, an infield pass to Josh. Slightly scuffed, though. Able to touch the ball, but not able to play it into any meaningful position. Not giving up yet, though. This ball played high. Josh using a lot of boost, not to do an awful lot with it. If he'd managed to get a touch on that ball, maybe this often goes somewhere, but now it's Exeter in the driving seat. To the right wall now. JW actually going to pick up this boost and beat out Gib. Gib not positioned far back enough to really deal with that pressure. Neo, though, the strongest player on this Exeter side. What can he do? It's nothing. Can only 50 it to the midfield,
no.
and that one is going to be on target. 1 minute and 2 seconds for Exeter to claw any amount of dignity back in this series, and I'm not confident, it has to be said. Hailstrom so dominant all day today.
Yeah, Hailstrom definitely having the upper edge here. Having not lost a single game, they intend to keep it that way. Unless Exeter can do something now, and I thought that was an opportunity for Neo, but Josh there to stop it. Neo, and Neoquan has tied it up. Holy moly, this has been a roller coaster.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, that first game I feel like wasn't as close as we would have wanted it to be, but as things have turned out, as things have gone on, Exeter have had chances to close out games, and they've just not been able to capitalise on. Mind you, very similar story to what we had in the Mid-Season Cup last year in the finals. But of course, we saw how that one turned out in the end, didn't we, Sushi?
Ha 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 ha. Yes, we did, didn't we?
No,
Obviously.
I'll stop the Lux native
Oh!
now. Gib gonna feed this one into the top left-hand corner, going to bring Exeter into the lead for the first time in this series. A convincing opportunity now for them to take this game and start having a go towards the winning the entire cup. Of course, 100 euros for the team that wins, only 50 for the team that places. 100 euros, 100 pounds. What am I talking about? That's even more money if you think about it as well.
Exactly. Exeter finally in the lead, maybe looking to win this game, be the first team to take a game off of Hailstrom, ruining Hailstrom's record of no losses, but oh, maybe an opportunity.
The opportunity was provided, but Hailstrom not really able to make much of it, and the ball miles behind them leads the Eagles getting a game at long last.
Yeah, this is Eagles' chance to come back and take the Eagles'
Words
chance to come
failing
back
you?
and take the dub. Yeah, they're always failing me. Sig. Yeah, so finally a game goes to Exeter's way. Do you think they can probably keep up the momentum, even though it's been very scuffed? I think I have hope in Exeter to maybe just take 1 or 2 more.
I have hope we can have a longer series here as well. Yeah,
Yes.
I see this being a possible outcome now. Just checking all these lobby details are right as Hailstrom have requested a lobby restart, sensing a bit of lag on that server, and honestly with Apollo dropping in and out so often, you can safe to say it probably wasn't just Josh suffering.
Yeah, who knows? It could have been a tactical timeout. You know, realized oh no, we're gonna lose the series, but I don't think Hailstrom are that bothered about losing the series, as they're a pretty strong team. They've shown they're a pretty strong team, and I think they're definitely confident they can take it. Exeter have been given hope now though, so you never know. Hopefully Exeter can maybe take the victory in this game. While we remake the match, is the points table fine?
No, the points table was not recovered. I checked over it. Like, I asked Haz to do a refresh. Hazard, our producer's been wonderful work this evening, by the way. But yes, didn't quite work out. We are, however, returning now to the gameplay on Neo Tokyo.
Polo not liking the map choice here. Yeah. And already a rift between the team. Can Exeter take advantage of this opportunity that Polo's kind of giving them? Maybe just Polo's obviously not happy with the map choice, but he's got to not let it get to his head. And JW tries to get the redirect, but unable to do so. Polo shot hits it straight to Neocon. JW shot, and it's in. First goal again for Hailstrom.
Absolutely. Only 20 seconds as well. It seems they've picked up where they were a little lackluster last game. Of course, Exeter had to come back through late in the last game. Maybe they'll do the same here, but of course Hailstrom opening early is going to benefit them massively. JW now dropping this ball into the midfield and getting the bump onto Flicks. Apollo able to get that ball over to Josh, and that's another flick. He's got overweight from the top. I can't believe that came off the crossbar, because otherwise that would have been so clean. That ball just sailing over the head of Exeter. There's nothing Neocon could have done there.
Yeah, yeah, that's just been outplayed. 3 shots already in the first 34 seconds, and Exeter have been scored on twice. Maybe a third opportunity for them. Nah, but Neocon hits it. Josh keeps the ball to himself, but Gibb clears the ball away. Dunks Apollo. Maybe a potential Exeter start. JW hits it to the side. Neocon with a shot. Maybe a little bit of panicking there. Exeter 2 goals down. That's not what you want from a team if the tournament's on the line here. Neocon hits it up to JW. Apollo. Oh, Flicks gets the demo onto Apollo. JW tries to get the pre-flip. Double commit coming from Exeter. Like I said, I think the nerves are getting to it. They're trying to make a play happen. They're trying to force something, but they need to be more methodical about it. If I remember correctly, last game, two of the goals were like kickoff goals, as well as one really good infield passing play. So maybe Exeter can do something about this.
You've said a word there, and I think it's maybe food for thought as chat as well, is forcing a play. Now, in the Rocket League, like there's kind of like a natural rhythm to it. You can expect touches, once every second or so. It feels like a couple at a time, hit one.
Oh no!
It's just straight in. My bad, hit one, bounces on the floor, and it goes straight into the goal. 3 minutes and 6 on the clock. That's a goal a minute from Exeter. We've seen him come back from 3 down before against other teams, but against Hailstrom, it's feeling a little unlikely, Sushi.
Yeah, yeah, definitely just a lot of miscommunication there. I'm telling you, it's just they want to get something working, but can't. They're getting frustrated, and that's put them on 3 goals down. It's going to be a very hard comeback. But I've got to say, Exeter definitely proving why if they come second, which in this at this rate, they most likely will. They definitely proved why they're the second best team currently, having to be the only team that's taken a game off the Hailstorm. Gib with a flick. Ooh, it's an open net. Apollo there to save it. Neocorn hits it to backboard. Gib ready, but Josh even ready before that. Apollo with the pre-jump and the...
Yeah, I'm just gonna find a double tap very casually. You know, he does this, but does this like every day, multiple times a day, not just in free play, but in his matches as well. And Flix really didn't stand a chance as soon as that ball went up.
Wow, I'm just in awe. Hailstorm just have fully pounced on Exeter being on match point loss. It'll be a miracle. Oh my. It'll be a miracle if Exeter manage to come back. Dare I do an E-Jam and make a prediction, Sigmund? Make a prediction.
E-Jam would make a prediction here. I, however, am not that stupid. Neo going to try and force that ball around the side. Apollo gets back onto this, drops it down to the midfield. Flicks now, forcing this ball through, gets another tap out. Neo bides his time. Where's the place he can put the ball? There isn't any at all. The whole net covered by Hailstorm, and Gib can't turn that ball back around fast enough. In fact,
yes.
Okay, JW missed. So that ball's going to go to Neo Crown and then into the back of the net. 98 seconds, 3 goals required. This Exeter side keeping pace with that goal every 30 seconds. Gauntlet thrown down by the blue side of Hailstorm.
Yeah, I mean, Exeter definitely put themselves in the comeback maybe potential. That is, if Josh doesn't score this double touch, Gib safely hit the side. Neocorn up in the air, JW backflips. Potential for Flix to go for the ball, but decides to opt out as he had more time, but obviously didn't. Definitely harder for Exeter, but get 3 goals in a minute, but definitely doable if they can make some plays happen, keep demoing the defense, and he gets nearly a goal. Gib doesn't go for the shot. Neocorn hits it straight to Gib. Gib, in awkward touch, Neo gets to the Flix. Shot, and it's in! 2 goals in! This is a comeback.
This is a comeback indeed. Neo going to play this ball over the top. Flix into... Well, I thought I was going to go into the top left. That's what I thought I saw, but it didn't. That crossbar bounce throwing off the Hailstorm side slightly, I think. And like I said, a goal every 30 seconds is keeping them in this. Flix now trying to get this one over top. He's off the backboard, trying to get the pinch off the backboard into the goal. But try as he might, that ball would not go straight down. Ends up going off to the side. Exeter, though, I think still in decent stead to try and... Oh dear, Neo. Oh dear, no. He's just played the ball straight out to the Hailstorm players. And now we've got an opportunity here. Josh now down into the goal. Exeter players nowhere to be seen. And I think a goal every 10 seconds is a bit outside the realms of possibility for Exeter.
Yeah, they need 3 goals in 31 seconds. Maybe 2 goals in a 0-second goal, Sig? I mean, I'm calling it. If Exeter win this game, I will do something. I will eat a shoe.
Yes, you're just going to eat a chocolate one. That one's been done before. Be more creative, shaking my head.
No, I'll eat a physical shoe.
Chocolate shoes are physical.
A physical proper shoe, a non-chocolate shoe.
A leather shoe. You will eat a
A
leather
leather
shoe.
shoe.
Okay, sure. 8 seconds left in the game. Will Sushi be eating a shoe? JW now trying to get this one to the bottom left corner. He cannot. Apollo maybe trying to add a 6th. Maybe Sushi, you were right. Honestly, I think anybody could have seen it coming. And there we go. Hailstorm, our champions of the Mid-Season Cup, taking home £100 between them. Exeter, unfortunately, couldn't quite reach the level they needed to make this series close, bring it to a game 6 in this funky best of 6 looking format. And they'll be receiving £50 at the end of the day. Not so bad, of course. I'm not going to show you the points table right now, but maybe we could have a look at the bracket to see how these teams got here.
Yeah, let's have a quick look at that. Just to give us also a reminder, Hailstorm just sweeping their way through the upper bracket, and in the end dropping 1 game in the grand final. But taking the victory. They're taking the well-deserved victory. And with this victory, they've gained a spot in the end of the year event. They don't have to play at all in any of the HSR Open circuit, but I'm guessing they're going to want to play just more dubs.
Depends what those prize pools end up being going forward. It has been a wonderful, wonderful evening of Rocket League, though. So many new teams and new compositions showing up and playing against the strongest across Europe for the first time this year. And congratulations once again to Hails from our champions. Goodbye, everyone.